everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Sunday, March 11th, 2018. Now what we've got going on today is the moon hanging out right here in Capricorn, which brings our attention to where life is going, our reputation, our career, how we can put our life in a direction that just feels better for us in some way. Also, what you can get a little bit is with Capricorn too, is just how you can bring more stability and more structure into your life as well, so that everything isn't so chaotic or crazy. Okay, so that's what's going on there today with the moon in Capricorn. Now last night, at the end of the day, we did have the moon coming right over Saturn and in a square with Mercury into this morning. Okay, so that kind of brought up some kind of feelings of maybe restriction, feeling a little bit restricted last night. We're trying to do things, we're trying to feel comfortable in life, maybe feel more emotionally cared for, and maybe just struggling to feel that way a little bit last night. Maybe because we had things to do, or maybe because we wanted to get more of a structure in our life that we do not currently have, and that again could be bringing up some of the feelings of restriction maybe that we had at the end of yesterday and into today. With the square to Mercury as well, that maybe could have brought up some uncomfortable conversations with people, maybe some hard conversations with other people, or maybe just thinking to yourself. Maybe it's hard for you to wrap your mind around something in some way, feeling like you couldn't think as freely as maybe as you wanted to think as well. Just happening at the end of yesterday and into today. Maybe just having to think a little bit more seriously about your life than you want, and may put a little bit more effort to get some of that structure into your life maybe that it is that you need. Okay, so that's what was going on at the end of yesterday and into today. Then at 8 a.m. this morning, that's redundant, but at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, we do have the moon come into a sextile here with Neptune, and I actually think that's really positive. So I think after yesterday and earlier this week, maybe as we've been trying to do some new things earlier this week and experiment, and then the past day or two put in the structure in our lives to support some of the things that we've been doing lately, I think this aspect at 8 a.m. with Neptune is really going to help us to start to feel more comfortable on the inside with everything that's been going on, to start to pay attention to our spirit and our spirituality, to start to just feel much better with what's going on inside us with everything that has happened in some way. Maybe our desire to have more structure in our life as well, to get more control of our life, sometimes with Capricorn coming in as well, can maybe be helping us to feel more comfortable, feel more free to express ourselves, feel more free to do the things that it is that we really want and need to do on the inside, now that Capricorn, the moon there, has helped us put some things in life in order so that now we can take care of some of the other stuff going on inside us. Okay, so I see that being a really, really pretty thing, especially for a Sunday morning coming in here, really giving you a chance at 8 a.m. to reflect on your life in a very, very positive way, to feel more comfortable with who you are, with all the progress that you've been making, and to, I want to say, gather inner strength almost to face the rest of the day, to face more of the week. So I don't know, I see it being very positive. I really like this moon sextile Neptune. Okay, and that's going to hang out for most of the day, the moon sextile Neptune, because the next aspect isn't going to come in until 9 o'clock at night Mountain Time. And what that's going to be is the moon then coming over Pluto here right before bedtime, my time. Okay, and that could definitely bring up some intense feelings, some more changes in your life, some things going on. Moon Pluto, I don't always like. There are a few planets I don't like when the moon touches, and that's what Pluto, Mars, and Saturn can be a little bit difficult, in addition to all the squares and stuff that the moon can make that are hard. But Pluto is one of those planets that can definitely bring up some hard feelings, some uncomfortable feelings that are coming in. Okay, what I think could be going on here is that maybe after we've had like a really beautiful opportunity to reflect all day on our life, to get in touch with what we really wanted on the inside, and to explore spiritually, emotionally, internally, what it is that we want and need, maybe we realize at 9 p.m. and I feel like I've always been saying this, but there are more changes that it is that we need to make, or maybe some more uncomfortable feelings come up in some way that we need to address and to deal with. okay? So that could come in. Even though I don't like Moon Pluto, and even though some of these things that could come up could be hard, I actually think today you're gonna have a lot of help to like address these things. You're gonna have a lot of help to feel better about them, to be productive with them, to use them in positive ways to your advantage. That's because 2 hours after the moon makes this conjunction to Pluto, it then makes a really pretty sextile to the sun at 11 p.m. Mountain time, okay? And what I think that's going to do is, if you have any really intense feelings that come up, or big changes that it is that you want to make about your life at the nighttime after sitting with them all day, I think these changes are really going to help you to start to finally feel more at peace with your life, to finally understand better like what you need on the inside, what you need to feel better, what you can do to put your life in a better spot so that you can rest more easy at night, so that you can have more of that peace that you want. And so I do think that even if some uncomfortable feelings come up towards the end of the day, or if there's some more readjustments that you feel like you need to make, or if there are just some strong passionate feelings, I think they're going to help you to find more of that comfort, find more of that peace that it is that you want. All right, especially because right after that, maybe not right after, but a few hours later at 3 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning, the moon then is also going to come into a sextile here with Jupiter after coming off with Pluto. I think also helping us to understand better what we need on the inside, to understand what it is that we're feeling, to understand what it is that we need to do in life to just create a life that's better for us, to feel more comfortable stepping into a new reputation, to feel more comfortable moving forward in a very, very positive way. So I see it being a very good thing coming in today. I actually really like it. I think while the moon was in Sagittarius, it was hard because it squares a lot of this Pisces stuff. So I think we were trying to do a lot of new things. We were being taken out of our comfort zone. A lot of things were coming up out of nowhere, maybe that were uncomfortable. And I think after all of that, the moon in Capricorn the past day or two is saying, okay, now that all of this new exciting, more or less exciting, new unexpected crazy stuff has come up, how can we get the structure in your life that you need to sustain some of these things, that you need to start to feel more comfortable with all of the stuff that has come up, so that you can do what you want, do what you need to do, but do it in a way that feels much better for you, and that takes more of your spiritual, your personal, and your emotional needs into account. And I think that's what we're trying to do, is after so much crazy stuff came up with Saturn and Mars being in Sagittarius, and with the moon just being there, we're finally getting a chance here to get to understand all of that, to understand what's going on, to do what it is that we need to be done to start to feel much better about our life, move forward, and prepare, as I've been saying the past few horoscopes, for a new identity to emerge, for us to become a new person, for us to move forward. All right, I don't think it's going to be the easiest from here on out, because the new moon in Pisces is going to be very close to Chiron. So there could be some uncomfortable feelings that do come up at this new moon again, as you are trying to push past some of these things that have been holding you down, some of these things from an old life, some of these remnants that have been hard for you. But I do think that the moon here in Capricorn is helping you to better prepare on the inside and outside, just better prepare your life so that you can start to become a new person at the new moon, feel much better about it, and have less regrets and less misgivings, is that the word I want to use, about your old life, about the life you used to have, or about the life you could have. And I think Saturn in Capricorn, or the moon in Capricorn right now, is saying, okay, where is your life right now? Where can your life eventually be? What is possible? What is in your grasp? What is not in your grasp? Like, what can you and can't you do very realistically? And is helping you to set some of those boundaries in your life, and is helping you to figure out some of that stuff so that we can start to feel much better, becoming a new person, moving into this new life that Saturn and Sagittarius has been trying so hard to set us up for years. Now that we're just finally starting to step into and to make real and make last. All right, and I think if you do the work now to build in the structure that you need in your life to feel better, it's going to help you at the new moon that's going to be on top of Chiron. Okay, because this new moon on top of Chiron could bring up old wounds, but I think it could also actually be a really big chance to heal them, to renew yourself, to get a new outlook and a new perspective on your wounds. And I think if you can do the work with the moon in Capricorn to provide the boundaries, to provide the structure that it is that you need to make the hard cuts about, yes, this is in my life, no, this is not in my life, then I think it's going to help you so much at the new moon that's coming in on the 17th to finally start to feel like, okay, I am becoming a new person. I am stepping into this new person. I am owning it. I am living it. I am going to do it, and to just feel less bad about everything that's happened. Okay, so that's what is going on there. I don't normally talk that much about the moon, but was just inspired there. Now, stuff going on in the background, we do have Mars here in a trine with Uranus and coming into a square with Chiron. So again, that's still the Saturn and Sagittarius journey I was just talking about, and I talk about in a lot of my horoscopes. We're still trying to launch forward on some new identity, on some new journey, becoming some new person, doing something we haven't done before here, that we're just now coming to the end of. I think the new moon, and once Mars leaves Capricorn, leaves Sagittarius, is going to be hugely telling, but I think we're just now coming to the end of this new journey, and I think Mars and Uranus is saying, okay, are you ready? Are you ready to do this new thing you've been working on? Like, time to break free, time to assert your independence, time to do this thing, time to make sure everything is in order in the way that you want, so that when Mars hits 29 degrees Sagittarius, you can make sure you are all set to be this new person, to do it, and to switch from constantly changing your life to doing something new, to actually start to building on it more. Okay, and to making sure that you're putting your life in the right direction, and making sure your reputation and your life is going in the spot you need it to be. So I think that's what Mars trine Uranus is doing. It could bring up some old fears, some old uncertainties, some things from the past still weighing you down that I just spent a lot of time talking about that you're going to have to get over here. But I do see a lot of potential for us to step into new chapters, especially today, to build the structures we need in our life, especially if we do not let old past excuse me, and old hurts get us down. The sun also in a sextile with Pluto today, which is what the moon is triggering today, I think helping us to open some doors to finally start to feel more of that inner peace and comfort that we've been searching for so long. That's been missing. I think even if we're doing some things that are still uncomfortable here to step into a new life, I think we're starting to understand more and more what needs to be done and what has to be done in order for us to move forward in a better way and to create more of the life that it is that we want. Mercury and Venus also still very close to each other, so lots of conversations going on about relationships and about money with the square to Saturn that could be very serious, a little bit difficult as well, okay? And just needing to make sure that you're being very diligent in your conversations and any negotiations that you're making, or any commitments that you're making to relationships as well, because these issues with Mercury going retrograde here could come back to haunt you if they are not done right or if they are not done in a way that's done with integrity, okay? Because Mercury is going to make you rethink some of these things, and Saturn's going to have impact and stick with you for a while, okay? So just make sure to be diligent about that. Venus and Aries too, not the best for relationships, so you want to make sure you don't inflame any issues and make them worse than they have to be with this kind of stuff going on astrologically, okay? Because there could be some potential there for things to get out of hand, and just try your best to be dedicated and diligent about some of those things, so that, yeah, they're not as hard as they have to be. With Mercury going retrograde here in Aries, I think a lot of it is going to be we're having to rethink our identity now that our life has changed, now that so much else has gone on, that Saturn's been in Sagittarius, so we've been trying to do something new. And I think if you make decisions now, go ahead. If you have to make decisions, make decisions. But I think if you make decisions now, they might still be based on a little bit of an old perspective of yourself and not on the new perspective, the new person that it is that you're becoming. And I think that's what Mercury retrograde is going to ask you to do here, is to make sure that when you make decisions, especially with relationships, that they make allowances for who you are about to be and not for who you were, that is going to suffocate you and no longer work for you. All right, so we've got that there. And Jupiter retrograde and Scorpio, I think, as well, helping us to make sense of our life. We've been making so many changes in our life, doing so many new things, changes to let some new things into our life here. And I think Jupiter going retrograde is saying, okay, all right, you got to let all these changes catch up to you. You got to get used to them. You got to settle in with them here, and you got to make sure that they're right with you, so that as you start to do some new journey, be some new person, step into this new identity, that you're feeling more comfortable with it and that it's all making sense to you. All right. So that's what's going on there. Now your card is the Knight of Wands upright. this to me, I want to say, did I get this? I got this reversed the other day. I like this. This is a card of passion, excitement for your life. I think of seeing the future, seeing the visions, getting excited about where your life is going, and actually today having the discipline and the dedication to make your passion manifest, to do the things that you enjoy and to make them happen and last, and to do them in sustainable ways, okay? And I think astrologically too, it's going to be a good day for you to do that. So if you can just stay diligent and create the structure that you need for your life to feel much comfortable on the inside, I think you can have lots of success today to start to feel like you are transforming, you're doing some things that you want and need and moving forward, especially with the sun coming into a trine with Jupiter too. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. I hope you like it. If you do, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.